Hey everybody, EJ Samuel from PAFootballNews.com. We are back at the trip in Pittston. This time we've got a playoff matchup. Pittston area doesn't normally get home playoff games, so obviously I would assume they're going to take advantage of this. They take on Delaware Valley. They beat Wilkes-Barre the last time I was here, and I'm looking forward to seeing my two main men from Pittston, Lucas Lopresto and Brody Spindler. So we're going to get inside at the hop. It probably doesn't take a mathematician or a scientist or anything to figure this out, but it's pretty damn cold. And I'm in some serious trouble. I have gloves this time, unlike the Mid-Valley game, but it's windy and it's cold, so hopefully everyone else is staying warm. We're inside. Like I was talking about, it's cold and it's windy. Looks something tells me there's not going to be a lot of choices to willingly kick in this game, huh? Look at Delaware Valley's also good. I talk a lot about Pittston area. They're home. They have a better record. They're good. My boy Brody over here running in. Everybody's getting set for this one. This is so weird though, because you don't see this. But Pittston's excited. They're hyped. Student section is going to be walking down any minute. You know how they hang up in the up in that upper lot. I've been fighting this cough. I ain't sick or nothing, but I've been fighting off this cough, so hopefully I'm gonna close my jacket and everything. This is gonna be brutal as far as my cheeks are already cold. Woo! I feel bad for these other guys. Although hopefully they'll stay warm running around. Specifics of this game. Pretty cut and dry. You know, one team pretty good at everything, other team pretty solid at everything. DV, their schedule does not reflect their record. They're better than their record suggests. And Pittston area, tough loss last week. Played Wyoming area, kind of just fell apart in that fourth quarter, you know? So, looking to get back, rebound, at home with a playoff game, and it's going to be fun. So let's just get straight into it. This is going to be straight business for this, and I'm going to make this as short as I possibly can. Well, I'm probably going to get copyrighted for this video, but I got to say this. You know what really sucks? The fact that this game would be so much more packed if it wasn't on Halloween. And I don't know if you know this about me. Halloween's like my least favorite holiday ever. And the only reason that I ever dress up is because it's socially acceptable or socially required in what I do on those nights. I literally hang out with my friends, that's it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be partaking in it, period, because I just think it's so dumb. But anyway, nobody's really here because, besides the student section, I gotta give props to the student section because it's Halloween and they're still here instead of going around with their other friends who didn't go. I think that's really cool. Another big thing, I think, as far as this specific, like, being at this stadium for this game, I like going to Pittston area because they love their guys, man. Pittston area could be like one win all year, and they're just great. The fans show up, the town loves their boys, they care about this, and you can tell that they care about it. So that's cool. Student section did show up. This would be more packed if Halloween wasn't this day. Not saying that it's not going to be packed, because there's still people pulling in and a bunch of other stuff. And it's also very cold, and I don't blame people. You don't want to get sick. You know, these sicknesses don't just last 2-3 days. They who knows? You risk getting sick for Thanksgiving and all that stuff. At least right now, yeah, it's wild. So, but I get it. I just love this place though because they just take care of their guys. You know, the boosters for both Pittston and also across the river at Wyoming area. Two of the strongest booster clubs around. Seriously. We could talk about that. Maybe that could be a video or at some point. But yeah, I just wanted to bring that in as well. By the way, do or die time here. And well, I think we got a football game to do, so let's do it. Delaware Valley makes the big trek down to Pittston. They are ready to go. And Pittston, well, when you have a home game and you don't have them as often as everybody else, you take advantage. And boy, were they hype for this one. You know, it was Halloween, like I said. They still showed up. And speaking of showing up, what you are hearing right now is the PA system cut out in the middle of the national anthem when they were playing it. And the student section quite literally showed up and started singing. Didn't miss a beat at all. So isn't that neat? I love it. Way to go, Pittston area pep squad. All right, time for football. Here is the opening kick. They're going to kick it to one of the most dangerous people you could possibly kick it to. Lucas Lepresto. Look at, makes a couple men miss, gets around, and look at that. If it weren't for that weird tackle, we are quite literally looking at a touchdown off the bat. But it wasn't. But look, he's under center. This is a little interesting, isn't it? Yeah, it was a little interesting. And it also was not great of a drive for Pittston. And they turned the ball over on that first drive. Delaware Valley, however, they get the ball back. But Pittston's defense did not bend or break. Look at this. Right down, and down goes McGarvey. And Pittston defense came on pretty darn quick. And they did not let off the gas pedal at all, by the way. Pittston area gets the ball in interesting territory. And what do you do when you do that? You run Brody Spindler. Why not? But here's also a very big run. This is Ferrantino, and you need to tuck that name in the back pocket because Ferrantino comes into play. After this gigantic throw, it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. And guess what happens? Well, you do the math here. Pittston area's moving. Delaware Valley's back on their heels. All right. Giving you a second. Giving you a second. What do you think's going to happen? Boom. Here's Brody Spindler. Boom. Inside the 15. And they continue to move. Here's another one. Right into the end zone. Touchdown Pittston area. And although the PAT was blocked, it is 6-0. That is Ferrantino. Like I said, make sure that you tuck that name in the pocket. Fans are loving it. Delaware Valley gets the ball. Not a lot of time left. And that's not something you want to do. Pittston area gets the ball back. However, they do kind of stall out and give the ball back to Delaware Valley. Delaware Valley is moving. It's 6-0. Half is running out. What does Delaware Valley do? Move the ball forward. Great pass by McGarvey. And look at this. Inside the 5 down to the 2-yard line. What happened there? I'll tell you what happened. A touchdown. Mike Isolino. Hey, welcome to Con Air. The Delaware Valley Warriors are up 7-6. And that is halftime.
Halftime activities.
That is halftime, 7-6 Delaware Valley. And to be honest with you, this game, if not for a certain few mistakes by both teams, could be a 7, maybe a 6-0 game right now. Depends on the whole situation. I gotta be honest with you. We already knew this, but Pittston area's running game is really good. Brody Spindler knows what he's doing, like, genuinely. Lepresto, they've been able to kind of suppress, but it was Ferrantino who gets the score. So now hopefully, let me be honest with you, Pittston area had a lead here. Why? Because they played bully ball. They played bully ball. And that's what you need to do in times like this. Pittston area is fully within they may be losing by 1, but they play bully ball. Spindler's just if you're on Spindler, you're guaranteed at least 2 yards. And then they're tough yards. The PA announcer says it, tough earned yards. It's literally that is Spindler in a snap. So he's great. Isolino for Delaware Valley has been pretty decent as well. He's the scorer for them, and they made their extra point. So they're up 7-6. This is a dogfight. It's cold as hell. It's a dogfight, though, long story short. So I don't know really what else I'm going to do. But I can tell you this much. This second half is going to be very, and I mean very interesting. So stay tuned. Yes, and very interesting it was. Second half action. Back to it. And let me tell you something, it was interesting, but there wasn't any more scoring in this game. Let me show you how this unfolded. Pittston area had a lot of great plays, but a lot of flags. And it was on both sides. I'm not just saying it was just on Pittston area. Both sides were sloppy, but they kept trading back and forth as far as going 3 and out or going really far and then stalling. Let me tell you something, though. Pittston area had a chance. They were moving. And, okay, this play didn't go great. It's 4th and 3 with about 2-ish minutes to go. And they chose to free kick it. Now, I am not the coach. Maybe they knew something I didn't. But they're going to free kick this, and they have to get the stop now? Alrighty, let's see. Do they get it? No, they do not. And unfortunately, that's going to run the time clock out. And Pittston, instead of going for it, trusted their defense. The defense did not come through. Final score, Delaware Valley 7, Pittston area 6. Delaware Valley moves on to play Abington. Hey everybody, this is EJ Samuel with PAFootballNews.com. I am with head coach Keith Ulsimer of Delaware Valley. They won a dogfight of a playoff game against Pittston area, 7-6 the final. Coach, Isolino's a pretty darn good running back. I think you would agree. How did he help you today?
Well, you know, hats off. Pittston did a great job slowing us down. We really struggled offensively most of the night. But when we needed to grind out a couple of tough first downs, Mikey did, you know, we leaned heavily on Mikey. Mikey, he's just an elite football player, an elite high school football player, does a lot of great things. He's done it for 3 years for us, you know, and did what he always does.
Looking like Abington next week. Any thoughts on that?
It was a team we're really familiar with. This will be the 4th time we've played them in the last 2 years. They're always tight, competitive ball games. So we know what we're in for.
And finally, you know, to start off the season, it was a little bit of a, people would say a slow start from a record perspective, but to rattle off everything, you finish pretty solidly, and now you get a playoff win. Does that testament to how hard your boys have worked?
I think it's a testament to the kids that didn't quit. You know, like a lot of times people start off 0-4 and their teams quit or they fold. And you just don't get the same effort. And we've been very fortunate where our kids continue to give great effort and get a little bit better every week. And they buy into what we're trying to sell. And right now it's something pretty special.
Coach, good luck. That's going to do it here from Pittston area, from the trip for the final time this season. Because Pittston area unfortunately fell to Delaware Valley 7-6. Listen, I'm going to be completely honest with you. Pittston area is losing. Some guys I wasn't looking forward, if I was them, to be losing. But to be completely honest with you, even then, I think Pittston's set for the next couple of years. Russick really, knows what he's doing. He knows to build a program. They were dead in the water. Then he takes over, and this happens. It's like, oh my goodness. How do you turn over a program? I don't know what it is, but I'll tell you what, insane. Anyways, Delaware Valley also, you heard Coach Ulsimer, he said it, it's a testament to the boys who didn't quit, and they didn't quit because they were also not in a great, they were not in great standing as far as a record was concerned, and they turned it around and came in here and won on the road. And Pittston's a tough place to play. So in the last places with grass, the grass was definitely a part of a factor tonight, and it kind of shook Delaware Valley up, but they didn't quit. They stuck with it, and it was a 7-6 game. I mean, if you play this game 10 times, Delaware Valley wins 5 and Pittston area wins 5. We just happened to flip on the Delaware Valley side of the coin. It's a great, 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 great game. 7-6. I mean, an absolute dogfight. But they play Abington. They're familiar with Abington. You heard Keith Olsemer. He said they played it 4 times in the past 2 years, and they're ready. And I think that they're really going to do some damage. Abington, as great as they are, at some point something's got to give, right? So I'm not saying who I'm voting or rooting for, because I'm not rooting for anybody. And I'm not even saying that, you know, I could just be speaking nonsense right now. But what I'm telling you is DV's got some good things going for him, and Pittston, one hell of a season. I mean, one of the best in Pittston area football history. That's how good we're talking. So I guess we'll see. But I don't know where I'm going next week. I guess we'll find out, and I will talk to you, God willing, when I get there.